It is that time, it's that place. Get your moment in your space, get your head right. This is what we do. Bring the morning show right direct to you. So if this isn't your favorite station today, make it like us and get on your way. Come on, this is Rolling Out AM talking about what's going on. This is my favorite song. I don't know.
Hey, you was on the road. I like that. Let's go.
The sun is shining, nice and bright. The birds are chirping,
and I'm ready to fly.
Time to get ready
for another day.
No one can stop us. Oh, we gon' learn to play. Oh, every day we learn and play.
We do our best, so we'll be great.
You do your best,
and I do mine.
So let's get ready. It's about that time. Good morning, how do you? Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning, time to wake. Good morning,
your dance and play.
Good morning,
start today.
Good morning, open your eyes. Good morning,
reach for the sky.
Good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do?
Good morning.
You see me on my grind.
Woo, stars got to shine.
I'm a supernova.
Yeah, you see me taking over. Yeah,
I'm on the move. I got a way to shine to it. So let me hear you say, every day we gon' learn and play.
Hey, it's your day. It is that time. This is that place. It's Rolling Out AM. Wake up call with Romeo International. First King James. What's going on, fellas? How you doing this morning?
Hey, man.
What's happening, man?
The three fellas done made it to Tuesday. And like you say, every day you wake up, and you win it. You win it. You made it. So
time to win. What's going on, King James?
Not much. Just trying to figure out where Romeo is this morning. You picked a new place?
Hey, brother, your bro Romeo is in another country right now, man. I had to jump on a plane, hop on a boat, get in the car, and go. But one thing that wasn't gonna stop me was waking up with the Rolling Out AM team, man. So that ain't gonna stop me. But nah, I'm nowhere in the country. Don't look for me. Yeah.
Oh, I promise you, I was not going to lift a finger to look for you. I promise you that. I was just trying to understand what the surf meant. You know what I'm saying? Surf International.
Yeah, hey, let me tell you something. Slightly, black people learn the ocean. The ocean is nice. Learn the ocean. Trust me. You might bust your ass, but you can learn the ocean.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you for that public service announcement. I appreciate that.
Oh, man. What's going on with you, though? How's everything in the world?
I mean, everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? Everything's cool in my world. You know what I'm saying? Just not staying in the house, not doing anything, staying away from folks, practicing social distancing, keeping on my mask, wash my hands, all that good stuff. May get takeout every now and then, but staying in the house mostly. And, just watching your president. And just watching your president act out. That's all.
and get haircuts.
Yeah.
Hey, stop giving the president to me, man. I don't want him. I don't want him. Let me ask you this. King James. You just said something. I'm noticing that you said that you got a routine now. Like you said, masking up, washing hands. Like, has it become an unconscious thing now? Has it become like a just a normalcy now?
No, not always. Sometimes I bolt out the house without my mask. I have to walk back or drive back. You know what I'm saying? I don't always carry my, the little travel pack of hand sanitizer. So sometimes I forget. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in the home so much, you don't have to use this stuff because you're by yourself or you're just with another person, and you know that person. But when you step out, it's like something new. So it's just like So sometimes I do forget. No, it's not automatic all the time. You know what I'm saying? I have to keep reminding myself to do that because everybody else seems to have gone back to like it's reality. They've gone back as if it's pre-COVID. So I don't quite understand it. You know, I went to go get takeout this past weekend, and most of the people did not have on masks, and they're looking at me strangely, like I got, because I got on my mask while I sit at the bar and wait for my food, and I'm just like, what is this about to be a problem? What are y'all staring at me for? You know what I'm saying? Fall back. Let me have my mask. Y'all cannot wear your mask. Let me get up out of here so that they can swirl around there and play with y'all and leave me alone. Because if y'all not gonna put on a mask, that's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's a free country. Y'all free to do what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? But all I know is that when you watch the sports programs, the major sports programs, these multi-million-dollar athletes, and you watch every single one of them, everybody, the owners, the managers, the coaches, the people who report on it, they all got on masks. Even Jerry Jones, who says you cannot kneel and supports the president, had on a mask on Sunday. That ought to tell you something. If a billionaire, successful billionaire, owner of the most successful franchise in the world has on a mask, that ought to tell you something. And then the coaches have on masks. And then ESPN reporters have on masks. And then the people in the studio have on masks. And then the athletes, when they leave the field, they have on masks. That ought to tell you something. But folks can do what they want. Just don't get on my nerves about it, about wearing a mask. See, I'm not the one. Okay, you got the right one if you want to challenge me about wearing a mask. But anyway, how you doing, Romeo?
Hey, man, good morning, man. Shout out to my Janice Simmons, Alex Baker, Anthony Roberts. Good morning back to you guys, man. I'm glad y'all joined us on this Tuesday.
Yeah, Anthony Roberts is in Detroit. What's happening, Iris?
Janice Simmons said she still want that hat, Muncie. She want that hat that you had on yesterday.
Oh, we're going to have to find a hat for you for sure. Just remember, until we can meet, let's meet in Detroit. I like to buy my hats in Detroit, so we can do that. Hang out in Detroit, have rolling out live from the D.
Right. So we're going to have a great time this morning, man. Great show this morning. Shout out to the rest of the team, wherever they at. We miss y'all, but, as the great.
Shout out to everybody coming to ride. Bacardi Sellers is actually coming. We've got a whole group of individuals that are really happening. Ride is going to be off the chain virtually. So it'll be a lot of love, a lot of networking. We're really excited about the whole RideCon prospect. Got to figure out what you're doing, Romeo. They're trying to figure out where to put these DJs. So need to help them solve that problem today. That's a real fun issue. It kicks off the HBCU virtual homecomings, which happen in October. We're a part of that. We're touring 10 Black colleges, HBCUs. So that's going to be great. These are the DJs that are actually DJing on it. So it'll probably give you guys just talk about DJ life and what it's like to have DJ life.
In this ride lineup, ladies and gentlemen, go to ride.rollingout.com. This ride lineup is impeccable, man. You're gonna get entertainment, you're gonna get business, you're gonna get health. You're gonna we going across the board. We're gonna give you every aspect of business, entertainment, innovation that you can have. We're gonna put it out there for you.
And thought leadership. I mean, it's how to really approach what you do, whether it's business, your life. You'll meet those individuals that are giants that you may not normally see and listen and actually be able to chat with them as well. So really excited about this year's ride virtually so we figure out what it is. You got it.
Do you remember your first, do you remember your favorite, out of all the rides, do you remember your favorite panel? Favorite discussion that you had?
Yeah, I've had a couple. R.I.P. John Singleton. Really love what he dropped that day. Culturally, I think that was a real movement when we were there. Obviously, I love to hear Dame Dash just talk. He was on Karen Hunter the other day talking about, content is COVID proof. And how you need to own your own content, own your own culture. So I think the mindset that comes away when you think about those individuals, if you want to write a book, there are tons of authors that'll be at Ride. If you want to be able to do a tech company, we've got NFL players who are creating Fan Gauge, which is where you can actually get your photos signed by the fan with technology. So those type of things are happening at Ride. We got Mark Spears, who's in the bubble down in with the whole ESPN crew in Orlando, and he'll be there. So, but Cy Alexander will be with him. So we'll be able to have conversations that are really significant to moving the culture forward and professional evolution, which is what RideCon is all about.
Yeah. I think one of the most epic. Terry, which one was your favorite? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Did he know he hit the mute button? He hit the mute button.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, of course. I mean, you know, the one with the Dame Dash and the Ray J. You know what I'm saying? It's just they were not just celebrities. They actually dropped knowledge and nuggets, and you know, really actually discussed some things that that made sense. So, I mean, I enjoy all of them, but there were just some that were just memorable because sometimes they're on the same wavelength as you are in terms of your evolution as a person, and then they say something that really sparks you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's yeah. So the one, what was that? 2 years ago? 2 years ago with Ray J and Dame Dash. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I think mine is the same. I remember Rolling Out put the top radio station exec, the top music exec, the top music manager, and one of the top artists in the same room with a full conversation on how music translates from the artist to the management to the radio to the record label. That was one of the most outstanding conversations ever. I think that was 2020. I want to say
2018.
Yeah, that was my favorite. 2018 was my favorite.
No, you got the whole executives from Adult Swim. So if you're a content person, you enjoy watching and want to understand about content, got it. You're about Afro beats, got it. You know, you want to know what it is to run the largest sales team and create the whole BET experience of BETI. Louis Carr has recorded Vision for Black Men. That's happening. So it's a great group, cross the line, not a homogenized look at Blackness. So we got Black culture at all levels and conversations, even about hard history, which is the fact that, you know, much of our history is very, very, very hard. So we'll enjoy it.
Cool beans, man. Well, we're getting ready for the 25th, 26th. I hope y'all ready because we ready. So we're gonna have some fun. Everybody watching on Facebook. Shout out to everybody. You know, King James in the building, Muncie Steed is in the building, Gloria Holmes is in the building, Brian Tyrone Baylor is the longest Facebook name I've seen.
What's up, Brian?
Building. And shout out to Barbara Jordan in the building. So we're gonna have some fun.
What's up, Barbara Jordan? Come online. We'll promote you.
Yeah, plus we got some great guests popping in today. D Shield says safe, healthy, and good morning. Rolling Out, wake up. D Shield, you finally woke up. That's my D Shield.
That's Romeo's D Shields.
Hey,
I get it. Well, that's my brother Tony Roberts out of Detroit. So that's an exciting city, which obviously Portia Monique is in, and Ashley is from. So we appreciate that.
Let's not give Detroit that much credit. They all right. They all right.
I mean, and plus it's not being represented well. You know what I'm saying, in terms of the timely appearance.
Boy, I feel a cancel button coming up. It's National Voter Registration Day, so this is your time. If you haven't been registered, you want to register. Definitely get all involved. And Terry got canceled. Wow. For About the people that got the control buttons, but
Oh man, they canceled my man King James.
No. You can't cancel a Buckeye. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. So you know what I'm saying. So what we're going to do is that we're going to.
virtual world.
Oh man.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
The fact that she can just touch and tap, y'all gotta be careful.
So what'd you think of that black representative, Terry, that got corona, wants to do national testing, have a national testing program? Did you see that one?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it very briefly, but I mean, I just thought that it's just bloviating. You know, there's just sophisticated, hollow rhetoric that really does not move the needle. It doesn't create any type of. It doesn't move the culture forward. So I'm just wondering where this is going, because it's obviously not going to be supported. It's not going to be followed. It's not going to be adhered to, because we've had significant. It's right now. We have just crossed the 200,000 threshold. So we have 200,000 people dead since February, and we have somebody on Pennsylvania Avenue that gives himself the A+ in response to it. A+. He said he's doing an outstanding job when 200,000 people are dead, and they're predicting that another 100,000 are going to die before the end of the year from something that was so preventable.
And flu season is happening, 200,000.
Well, the good thing about, there's always a silver lining when you have some type of uprising or tumult, and we've had both this year. The good thing about it is that because people have, well, not everybody, but a good proportion of the American populace have practiced social distancing, washing hands, and staying, away from people, and just semi-quarantining, not full quarantine. But since a lot of people are practicing that, they've already seen a significant drop in the number of flu cases. People are still making each other wear masks because, flu, influenza, just like the coronavirus, the novel corona.
Well, we didn't get that, but that might have been, they say extraterrestrials are taking over and going in and kind of.
My audio is morphed. What happened? Can you hear me now?
We didn't hear anything you said, but it kind of sounded like those extraterrestrials, or AI. I mean, we're just waiting for this moment when AI takes over. I mean,
Thought they had you.
Okay.
I don't know what that was, T.
But can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, we got you.
We got you.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Well, what I was just saying is that, 200,000 people are dead, and you got a president that says he did an outstanding job. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just.
No, the worst thing is that when they said that you're 200,000, if we had just changed our behavior 2 weeks before, that we would have saved 90,000 people. And if we would have just said, wear a mask, we'd have saved 125,000 people. That's bananas.
Like, yeah, but I mean,
just by being honest that you got a huge problem and to share with the nation the behavior that we all need to have.
Yeah, it's just that. So that, so when a person caught the coronavirus, and I send blessings of love out to him for his full recovery, when he talks about a national platform to talk about this situation, I don't know exactly where it's going to go, because of the fact that, hey, he's not going to get support. And the people are still going to, as you know, Romeo, continue their same behavior that they have for the past, 7 months, 8 months. So, good luck to that, but I don't see much coming from it. And I'm not just being cynical. But anyway, let's get on something happy, huh?
I was going to ask you, I was actually waiting to ask you. So the fact that the flu season is coming up, along with what's going on with COVID, does that, and I hate using the word fear, does that up the fear that he's going to possibly, perpetuate during the election and the what do they call the
perpetuate?
No, is that is the fear going to go up because of the flu season? Do you think?
A lot of anxiety.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because people won't difference.
Well, I can see it going up in a certain amount of the population because a lot of people are already on the edge. I mean, anxiety, just people having psychological problems. We've already had people on this show. We have people on Health IQ have talked about that it has risen significantly because people are on edge in terms of their finances, of getting another job because of social distancing and quarantining. It's just driving people to the edge. So, yeah. I think that another significant problem or element being added to the equation of what's already going on in America. And then you have the city, people are really on edge. And so it puts me in a uncomfortable state because, the city of Louisville has already, enacted a state of emergency because the Breonna Taylor decision is impending. It's forthcoming. So I'm going to talk about that in my but I'm not going to get into that right now. But yeah, so there's a lot of different elements at play. So when you say, do you think that'll drive up the fear factor? Yes, I do believe it because it's just going to add to all the other things that are already going on. And some people are already at the point where they're like, I can't take it anymore. Please, no more bad news. Like the bad witch and the whiz. No more bad news. You know what I'm saying? But it continues to come. So yeah, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
Well, jumping into the social report, it's the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call social report. Muncie Steve, King James, your band Romeo International. Wherever Ashley want to go, we're going to go. So let's go there. Yo, he was hot 6 years ago. He was the man. 6 years ago, Bobby Shmurda denied parole. This is his fourth time. He's been denied parole, expecting to remain in prison until 2021. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, Bobby Shmurda actually got sent to jail for racketeering, but people are upset because 6ix9ine went in after him and still was able to come out before him, and those charges were much more heavier. So, ladies and gentlemen who are Bobby Shmurda fans, give it up. Him, R. Kelly, Cosby, they're not going nowhere. They in there.
Well, I mean, Bill Cosby and the others may have been able to get out earlier had they been able to turn over the entire gang unit in the city of New York, like Daniel Hernandez did. I mean, let's make it clear. Tekashi 6ix9ine is the quintessential epitome of a snitch. He is the embodiment of a snitch. So, he ratted out the entire crew in New York. So, his crew. So that's why he got out. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it clear. But he did serve some time. So Bobby Shmurda just need to go ahead and just be patient. 2021 is right around the corner. And he can go ahead and get out. You know what I'm saying?
Our prayers to you, brother. Good luck. Next up on the docket before we rock it, this right here blew me away when I saw it. If you can't, I'm thinking that Munson, the new word is, if you can't convict, pay them off. The city of California announced $4 million settlement of a federal lawsuit with the family of Miles Paul, a 23-year-old black man shot by police last year while having a mental health episode. This took precedent. This took a big boom on social media. The neighborhood that the young man lived in, they knew that the young man had mental issues. His parents were forthcoming to the street that they lived on, saying, hey, if you see our son in the yard or in the street or anything like that, please let us know. The neighborhood knew. You know who didn't know? The police that were policing that neighborhood. They thought that the young man was on drugs or high, and they actually killed the young black man, and just recently paid the family $4 million in settlement. If you cannot convict, I better pay attention to this. They're gonna start paying people off. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Well, I mean, I think that another thing that has been positive, if we can see that people can accept the truth, is that this is the way America has always been. It's just come to the forefront and exploded. This is the most truth that America has shown since probably the 60s. And in between that time, America had just been on silence. They've been on mute about their true feelings, but they didn't want you in their neighborhoods. They didn't want you working at their corporations. They celebrate, where we are celebrated is when we're entertaining them on the football field and on the stage, but they didn't want you in their corporations, in their neighborhoods, at their churches. And so this was an opportunity to articulate this 2020, or I should say the entire since 2016, they have taken it, they have made it a point to tell you what they really feel about you. And so with these strings of police killings is just the front line of white supremacy. That's basically all it is. So,
but it also brings up a point that I think Munson brought up like maybe 3 weeks ago. I think 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Like, why isn't it common sense? Why aren't you policing neighborhoods that you don't know about or haven't learned or you don't spend time in? I think Munson said if you're not living, within a 10-mile radius or a certain radius of that neighborhood, why are you policing the neighborhood 20, 30, 40 blocks away? The neighborhood knew about this young man. The street that he lived on knew about this young man, but the police officers didn't know. And that is one of the biggest problems, is the fact that I think it's a 50-50. I think when they take these police officers and they say, here you go, and then you send them to Zone 6. You don't know about Zone 6 in Atlanta. You don't know nothing about that side street in Chicago. You don't know nothing about that. But your first thing is what you heard. You don't take time to learn the people, the culture, the community, the businesses in that community. You don't have conversations with them so that they can know that you're a part of that community. I think it would be dope if police officers actually, once they got assigned, that they actually took the time to say, hey, I need to learn every business on this street, what their needs are, what their fears are. I need you to learn how this community works, but not just go in there and be like, hey, freeze. Like, come on, man, they got to do better with that.
I mean, well, you don't need to learn how to have humanity. Either you have it or you don't. And so that same thing happened down here in Metro Atlanta. Remember, there was a soldier who was running around in DeKalb County outside of Atlanta, naked. He had no weapon, and he charged, or I should say he was acting wild around a police officer, and a DeKalb County officer shot him to death. Now, if you naked, there's really not too many places that you can hide a gun or a weapon. There is, but it would be very uncomfortable. So, but he shot him. Instead of hitting him with a baton, or insteed of sting him with his stun gun, he shot him to death. Right. He's naked. How much danger are you in? So what I'm saying is, you don't have to be taught to have humanity. Either you have it or you don't. And some people in law enforcement just don't. That's my opinion.
Last but not least, before Ashley started getting on his council button too, since she counts people out. Today, beautiful, black, innovative, gorgeous. She shocked the world. Olympic gold medalist Florence Griffith Joyner passed away 22 years ago today at the age of 38. She was known as the fastest woman of all time. I do remember, in high school running, when I ran track, she was one of the videos that we had to study. And I've never seen somebody like I know they say black people fast. No. I've never seen a woman hit lightning before. Like she was amazing. So today is the anniversary of her passing. Oh look, King James, who popped up on camera? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's she's an hour and a half early from the
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Portia.
Good morning, Portia. Please don't hit the cancel button on me.
I didn't do it. I was laughing, but I didn't do it. That wasn't that time.
All right. Well, we got our first guest. It is all about transformation. It is all about our uprising, staying mobile, understanding the coalition, coming together. Why don't we bring our guest on? Good morning, Reverend.
Morning. How you all doing this morning?
Come on. Anytime we got real soldiers in the city, around the world, pushing our agenda of equality, inclusion, equity, and demonstrating a collective coalition. Why don't you let us know? Obviously, you've got Portia Monique and Romeo International, but Reverend, we are so proud to have you come together and kind of share with us just the movement that you have created. If you would, and this is Reverend Watley, everyone, who is really a forward soldier, pushing our agenda and educating at the same time.
Well, bless you, brother, and good morning to you all. I can't sing like Sister Portia, but I'm excited to share this time together, and I appreciate the work that you all are doing as well. We're excited because tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, at 1 o'clock to 3:30 p.m., we'll be hosting the inaugural Black Idea Coalition Summit. And IDEA stands for Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Action. Basically, as we've seen this uprising across the nation, as we've been demanding rights and demanding justice, the truth of the matter is the tree of systemic racism has economic roots. No matter where you see racism, you just have to follow the money. So whether it is in criminalization and the criminal industrial complex, the criminal justice complex, or whether it's in health disparities, we've seen African Americans dying disproportionately from the pandemic, not just because of comorbidities, but because we have less access to healthcare. We live in food deserts. We get less treatment, even when we have good insurance. Every area, whether it's in education, we see it in housing, we certainly see it in the job market. And so we wanted to get at the root cause of the issue, which is economic. And so the Black Idea Coalition is about taking this moment and providing the opportunity for the Black business world to interface with the larger corporate world. We've seen these companies, thankfully, donating and committing millions and some billions of dollars to this space. But the question is, where do those deals happen? How does Bank of America committing to $1 billion, how does that find its way to the Black community? The truth of the matter is, right now, there is no national platform. There's no pipeline of employment where large corporations know where to find talent. So we can't use that. We can't allow them to use that as an excuse. We've got to do the work of organizing ourselves and creating capacity so that we are ready when the opportunities present itself. If you all remember FloJo like I do, that means you're at least my age, which means you know that we've been waiting for this moment for a long time. And we don't want to waste this moment. We want to seize this opportunity and move forward to achieve Black parity in business.
I love it. Yeah, so the conference starts tomorrow. It's the Coalition Virtual Summit that starts tomorrow. Tell us about some of the people that you have who will be at this summit.
So we're really excited about it. I really want to just pause and encourage everybody to register for the conference. It's free. You don't have to get on the plane, don't have to sit in a cold conference room at a hotel. All you have to do is go to theblackidea.com and you can register, or if that's too much this early in the morning, just text the words Black Idea to 313131. And we'll hit you with the bit.ly and you can register. We have some great folks coming on the platform tomorrow. We have researchers. We have a sister who actually is a white sister who is a professor at the University of Washington, who wrote the book called The Code, which basically tells the story of how Silicon Valley came to be and how the technology industry has grown. And basically, it's through corporate welfare that the federal government picked winners and losers decades ago in terms of the universities like Stanford and MIT that it sent billions of dollars to 50 years ago. And so these innovations started happening. And when those innovations happened, all of a sudden, you created these millionaires. These millionaires then turned around and became venture capitalists and started growing up the next generation of innovators. But of course, they picked folks that look like them. And so Silicon Valley was white and was male because we were shut out from the beginning. We have researchers coming on. We have persons who work in policy advocacy, like Spencer Overton, who is the president of the Joint Center for Politics and Economic Research, which basically is the Black think tank. They're actually turning 50 years old this year, which is amazing. And they're the ones who do the policy research that let us know what's going through Congress that's going to affect us positively or negatively and help us to shape policies that are to the benefit of our people. We have Gallup coming on. You all know Gallup, they do the research on everything. And Gallup has committed to do a 100-year study on the Black experience, which is so significant because you can't just make the argument. You got to have the data and the facts to back you up. I'll just give you one more. We have Enterprise Community Partners. They're a national firm. So if you're trying to do development in Atlanta, these are the ones who can come in, do the market survey, tell you what kind of housing you need to build, whether it's senior housing or whether it's affordable housing. They can help you find gap financing. They can help you push your tax bill at the state level so you can get the resources and start building Black wealth, because we know in America, the best way to build wealth is to own your home. And so we're excited because we're not simply having a rally, we're bringing in infrastructure, individuals and corporations that do this for a living, been doing it for a long time. We're just creating a space where it all can work together.
I love it.
Rev, we got to talk, Rev. I was looking, and two things. One thing that stood out is speaking out against social injustice, and I'm hoping you can feel me on this. Our past generation, because I'm speaking for the millennials. In the past generation, you know, with injustice, it was something that they had to endure the process in order to see change. But these days, these young cats, they're not enduring nothing. They won't change. As soon as the calls happen, they want to change the next day. And I've had this, and no one understands, I've had this fear that change that they're not getting when it comes to Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, that instant change is going to be a tipping point, like you saw when the protests become louder or more aggressive. What would you say? Because I'm really looking at this social injustice speaking out. How do you balance their passion and reasonability? I want to say.
Sure.
That's tipping point.
I got you. That's a great question. So when Dr. King said that that riot is the language of the unheard, what he was saying is people will speak to you, but when they're not heard, they raise their voice. And when they're still not heard, they knock something down. And when they're still not heard, they knock you down. But the context of his statement was economic. He was actually saying that in the context of when people can't find jobs, folks are not just tired of us getting pulled over and killed for no good reason. We're also tired of the fact that they feel that they can get away with it because it happens in certain communities. And those communities are segregated. Those communities really are legal apartheid. We don't have the apartheid system language, but we have the apartheid system infrastructure. The truth of the matter is that the criticism, the protest, the energy is right, but you have to be ready for change too. So my challenge is always, if you want to talk about it, let's be about it. Because if I present you with an opportunity to change the situation, I need to know what your work ethic is. I need to know if you're committed to actually showing up with a positive attitude and disposition. And the truth of the matter is, if you've never been exposed to how to conduct yourself in a business, if you've never been exposed to how you're to do customer service, then it's unfair to you for me to expect you to be employee number one on your first day. I do need you to be open though. I do need to recognize that it did not start in a day. It's not going to change in a day. It doesn't change what we demand today, but it means we have to start working together today. So the goal is always, there's an old phrase that says, old men for battle, for wisdom, young men for war. We need the energy of those cats who have all that fight. I'm 40, about to turn 47 2 days from now. I'm not going to be in them streets like I was 20 years ago. I mean, that's not my role. I don't think that's where I'm most effective. But there are cats who are out there who are continuing to lift their voices. We need that. We need us. We need you. We need all of us to play our part, because if we actually play our part and sustain this, I'm not a big protest person just because I've never seen a lot of change happen from a protest. I'm a systems guy. You give me a system that is sustainable, a system that perpetuates itself. That's the kind of change that lasts for generations. And so if you look at the civil rights movement, while King led protests, those protests, watch this, were always connected to policy. They were always connected to specific laws that would change, because laws change systems. And so as we're making our protest, we have to make sure we do a whole sentence and not a fragment of a sentence. The first part of the sentence is, we want change. The second part of the system is, we want jobs. We want equity in policing. We want proper education. And then the third part of that sentence is, in order to do that, we need to have Black businesses that are a part of the supply chain. We need to have employees that have the opportunity to get in the door and then to excel through the middle management, through the C-suite, all the way up to the board, and have the same kind of compensation and the same kind of forgiveness when they mess up. We also need to have investment in Black communities so that we don't simply see gentrification where they decide they want to take over, we get pushed out, but instead we become partners so that we can stay and help to grow our businesses and grow our communities together. That's the whole sentence. And that's the kind of discipline and maturity that we need to bring to this moment.
Wow. Yeah, very comprehensive.
Me, that's
Well, good. We'll invite you to ride. We got a conference right after you. It is Friday, so we want to make sure you attend. But all of our community, this is the time to get more knowledge. And I really appreciate when we heard about this, we say, you got to be on Rolling Out AM. Our community needs as much information as possible. So when you think about the idea, what is this movement and what can people do to get involved with this movement after the conference?
That's a great question. So at the individual level, all of us were asking that you would join the coalition. What does that mean? That means give us your contact information, because we need to hold companies accountable. We need to see if companies, so one of the companies we have partnered with is a company called Canaries with a K. They're based out of Dallas. They're a Black diversity, inclusion, and equity consulting firm. What's cool about them is they don't simply bring a firm aside, a company aside, and help them get their act together. But you can actually go to their website and say you want to work for Microsoft or Coke. You can pull up Coke and then say, I'm a Black man who's 45 years old. What should I expect my experience at Coke to be like? And put that information, and it will tell you what Coke is rated for somebody like you. And so that's powerful, because you now have a rating system that's objective and independent. One of the things we're very concerned about is, because this issue is the moment, the flavor of the moment, that we don't want companies grading their own homework by saying, this is what we're going to do, where they really should be doing much more. We need to have some objective, independent accountability, which means we need to have a mass of people to stand together and say, come on, you got to step up. Come on, we need you to do better. Likewise, we also need to have a place where companies can come who are trying to get their act together, but don't know what they're doing. They can come and find safe space so we don't beat somebody up who's trying to do the right thing. So one of the partners we have is Holland Knight. They're a top 10 law firm. They have a huge office down there in Atlanta. And one of the things that they're going to be doing is providing diversity, equity, and inclusion research and best practices so companies can learn how to get their act together. So we're trying to take the initiative. We believe that many hands make the light work. So if you're an individual, we need you to be on board so that when we start focusing on individual companies, you can help to bring attention to that. But we also need companies. So if you're a small business owner, we want to connect with you because we want to hook you up with larger companies who need to do better with contracting, but they don't know our community, and so they don't have the contacts. And then we also need other organizations. There's other pieces of the puzzle. There's private equity companies. There are capacity building companies that we need to partner with as well. And so if you are part of the National Association of Black Accountants, we want to have a relationship with you like we have with NSBE, National Society of Black Engineers, so that when we're talking to Microsoft, we know who to hook them up with. And so we're building something that's not going to last just for 2020. It's going to last into the next millennium.
Right. Right. So for me, I think the KPIs are what's really important. Key performance indicators. When we hear these announcements, you talked about Pepsi said they're going to do $1 billion. And yet, as a media person, we haven't seen any RFPs from Pepsi or their agency. I'm not certain how we keep the KPIs. I think we need KPIs just as a community. So I know Portia's putting together, we have in February, we're doing a Black KPI conference. For a ride. It'll be another extension, but it'll be how we begin to measure. And we've got researchers joining us then. We'll make sure that you're a part of that. So we just want to thank you for coming on Rolling Out AM. You have done a phenomenal job. I'm going to tune in. Can you let the people know one more time just where they can tune in?
Absolutely. Go to theblackidea.com, theblackidea.com, and you can check it out. We're going to be streaming on Facebook through our page as well. But meet us at blackidea.com so we can get your information, so we can stay in touch with you, so we can make sure that we hold these companies accountable when they're failing our KPI standards. Bless you all. Enjoyed my time.
We appreciate it. Reverend Watley.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate you, and we'll tune in. We'll mention it again tomorrow just so that everybody won't miss your conference.
That'd be awesome.
Thank you so much, Reverend.
Hey, everybody. This is Rolling Out AM. That was Reverend Watley with the IDEA Conference. Be sure to check him out.
It's tomorrow, guys.
Tomorrow, everybody. So check him out. Check him out. Check him out.
He's very informative. He had a very comprehensive plan from the beginning of what it is that we want. We want change, laws change systems. And then the latter part of that is, what else do we want? We want change. We want jobs. We want equity. We want equity in policing. We want higher education. We want the business pipeline from the frontline worker up to the C-suite. Like, he was very comprehensive with what the plan should be. I will vote for him for president. I will vote for him.
Portia got jokes, Terry.
No, I'm serious. Like, his plan, like, I've never seen a plan like that come from Agent Orange. Seriously. Like, from the beginning to the very end of what it is that you see as success. I haven't seen it. Have you guys?
No, I think you make her actually. Man, I hate agreeing with Portia. Portia actually makes a great point. Portia made a great point though, for him to be able to speak eloquently and to have an ABC. Like, that's rare. This is what it is. This is what we're doing. This is the end result. I like it.
Well, you say he's in the system, so we know I gotta have a process. Sound like that engineering.
King James. Oh, he was there.
Is he a painting today? Like, what's going on with him? What's going on with him?
Back to the social report before we figure out that. Wherever Ashley take us, we'll go, even though she keep claiming Detroit. Now, this right here.
Damn it. Whose card is that?
I'm a basketball fan, but this is ridiculous, people. Giannis Antetokounmpo card yesterday, Portia sells for $1.812 million. 1.8 million.
How? What happened? Where did I miss it?
Here's the thing. It's one card, Portia. There's only one card. It's one. It ain't like a group of cards. It's one.
Romeo, how did I miss that? My boys got cards. Where they cards at? We need to go find them cards so we can sell them cards.
You better go too.
She keeps using an S, Romeo.
I know. Here's the funny part. My mom actually said the same thing. Hey, what are those basketball cards you used to have? We about to go take these to the card shop. Apparently, that is the most highest paid, higher than Michael Jordan. That is,
and that's not even Jordan. Who was that? I promise you, I've never heard of him a day in my life.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's in the NBA right now. He plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. So, shout out to whoever. First of all, whoever bought that card, you're definitely a basketball lover. Definitely 1.8. You're definitely a lover of basketball.
Maybe they're trying to create value, and I don't know. Well, I'm just saying it's valuable, obviously.
Are you paying 1.8 for a basketball card?
That was part of my investment strategy. I don't know if they told us who it was. If it's a person that makes a market in basketball cards, invest in, sports memorabilia, people have to have an investment strategy. I don't invest in basketball cards, but somebody does. I could imagine you investing in comic books. So it just depends on what your investment strategy is. A lot of money is a lot of money if you don't have any. But if you're sitting there with a couple $100 million and you just want to spend $1 million on a card and you're a fan, or, you believe in investing in sports memorabilia, then go for it.
I think you're absolutely right. Definitely when it comes to comic books. And the funny part about this is a random, people. This is a random. Funny thing about comic books, one of my mentors actually got me into reading. He was like, find something you love. So I started reading graphic novels, and that is my passion. So I tell people all the time, it's not what it is, it's how you do it.
It's what? It's not what? Y'all see that song? What'd you say?
See that gum? I don't know about the sun. We see that gum. We see that gum. Bought you some light. Bought some light.
Don't get me to start singing because God has
bought you some
smiled
light
on me. God has smiled on me.
The fact that she said the whole thing was like, hey, y'all see this light real quick? Like Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, Portia Monique is live on the AM Morning Show. Definitely back.
I can't believe you. I just cannot believe you.
Sorry, y'all. It just came in like that. But Romeo, what was you saying? I missed it.
I really forgot. Birthdays. Who we got for birthday?
It's somebody's birthday today. Let's see whose birthday it is today. Today we have Michael J. Rainey. What's up, Tariq? And somebody named Moneybag Yo.
Moneybag Yo is one of the top rap artists in the game right now. He's in the top 10 right now.
Okay.
So he got. I think his hot song right now is "I Thought a Broke." MF said something.
Oh, I did hear that. Happy birthday to him still, y'all.
We got balloons, yeah. The cake is on the way. We got the music playing, cause it's your holiday. Woo! We invited family, and everybody came. I strike a pose for me like you in a picture frame. You got your finest clothes on, and $1 million smile. So we gon' celebrate you for a while. And don't forget we got the candles when you away. Don't forget we got the candles. Happy birthday, gonna celebrate you for a while. Candles, blowing you away. Wait. Candles. Happy birthday, happy girl.
Yeah.
sun is going away. I need to get back in my light.
Shout out to everybody whose birthday it is.
Happy
And
birthday, y'all.
everybody on Facebook, man. We appreciate everybody checking in. My Iris Baker, my D.
That's my Iris Baker. Hey, Iris Baker. Hey, girl. Hey.
I need you to tell everybody who you belong, who you is, who team you on.
I love Iris Baker. I love Shirley Carter. I love D Shields. I love all of y'all. Y'all be having me cracking up.
But they love me more.
Whatever.
Get out there. We great to see.
Whatever.
Portia's doing a great job with ride.
Let me tell y'all something. I woke up this morning and I realized this. I am working hard on winning. Like, you have to learn how to work hard on winning. Romeo, I heard you earlier when you opened up the show and you said, let's win, y'all. Like, I'm really working hard on winning. Like, y'all really have to have that mentality that you have to work hard on winning. Like, winning at any legal cost, right? But in winning by any means necessary. Like, let's work hard on winning. That's my positive thought of the day, y'all. Working hard on winning.
I like that. Because it can I'll say this, Portia's been getting everything ready for ride, and I can tell y'all, it comes with winning comes with sacrifice. I can guarantee you right now, and I like I tell y'all, I hate giving Portia credit. I can guarantee you right now, Portia's probably pulling 18-hour days, at least 16 to 18-hour days. I can guarantee you that. And she's doing it flawlessly by making sure the team got what they need, the information is there, whatever you ask for is there. So I applaud her on that.
Let me tell y'all something. I want to win. Like, what do we have to do to win? And teamwork is a big part of that. So team, show up. Let's win. Let's really work hard on winning. If it's something broke, let's get it fixed. Like, I don't want to hear, well, this is this and this is, let's get it fixed. Let's look for a solution. Let's get it done. Let me tell y'all something. I used to tell my kids this all the time. No whining, no complaining, no excuses. Get it done. Find a way. Make it happen. Do what you got to do. Figure it out. That's all I'm saying. My coffee just kicked in, y'all.
Or you could be like, Team Romeo, I'm my Kobe mission. So just pass me the ball, leave me alone. Portia's about team. I'm about Kobe.
Listen, let's get it done. No whining, no complaining, no excuses. Figure it out. Get it done. Make it happen. Do what you gotta do. Let's win. I'm working hard on winning, y'all.
Drake Pfeiffer's like, go Portia. Iris Baker, Portia. Kathleen Collins is like, Portia is the best. I need y'all to stop right now. Let's not turn this into that.
Hey, Drake. Detroit in the house.
Yeah, she'll say that coffee kicked in, all right. Like, I also tell y'all, we do not know what happened to King James. We know y'all see a screen. We don't know. He here.
We got a guest coming on, though. We got
Miss Hazel Joyner Smith is gonna be popping in today.
I wonder if he know he on camera.
I don't think he knows. I'm cracking up. Facebook is really looking like, what in the hell? Oh, Kathleen Collins says Team Romeo. Thank you. There you go, Kathleen. My Kathleen, Team Romeo. Yeah.
And then you got her name wrong. It's Kathleen. You're talking about Catherine.
No, I had something in my throat. I mean, Kathleen.
Oh, God. Okay.
B. Shield said, Terry Wi-Fi, let's win.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's win. Let's fix it. Like, do what you got to do. Figure it out.
See, every time Portia come on in the morning, we love everybody.
Man, we working hard on winning over here. We working hard on winning over here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give y'all some more. So our guest is about to pop in and shortly. So are you ready for ride?
Oh.
Are you ready?
Let's bring our guest on.
Oh.
We working hard at winning. That's all I'm talking about. Let me turn this down. I gotta share, y'all. Thank you, Iris. Iris said, "Great job, Portia." Thank you, Iris.
Obviously, Team Romeo now. Let's not share Portia. Let's stay here. And our King James is back. And he's gone.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Y'all need another song? Okay.
Ladies.
Morning. They're on mute.
Oh, snap. Oh, hold up. If I get to wake up to three beautiful black women in the morning time.
Yeah. Hey there.
Hey, good
Can you
morning.
hear us?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Good morning. Good morning.
You guys are looking beautiful over there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, welcome to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. My name is Terry Shropshire, and these are my co-hosts, Romeo, Surf International, and Portia Monique. This here is Ms. Joyner with the International Black Film Festival that takes place in Nashville every year. And so when she has her daughters, beautiful daughters with her, so we wanted to ask Ms. Hazel Joyner, what was the reason behind, and also what is going to be accomplished this year, some of the things that are new this year at the International Black Film Festival?
Well, what's new is virtual. Everything is going to be virtual this time. However, this is our second year doing a virtual festival. Second time doing a virtual festival. And so we started this festival because there was a need, there was a gap. There wasn't anywhere that we had as a platform for people in this community and globally to showcase their work. So fulfilling the need, we started the festival 15 plus years ago.
Let's see.
Yeah.
And what are some of the things that new things that are going to happen this year? We've seen that having virtual award shows, film festivals, and everything has been working around the country. So what are some of the new things that are going to be introduced this year?
So one of the new things that's happening for us is we don't have a ready source of films to pull from because people had to stop their work, stop shooting. So we're going back to throwback films, pulling films that we've done before, taking a look at our history, what we've done in the past, who we worked with. And we're using more local people and what we're doing, which is a tribute to them because they supported us in this effort all along the way. And so those are the things that we're looking at, doing more panels, doing Zooms that we have not done before, connecting like we're connecting right now.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Romeo, Portia?
Say it again.
Well, first of all, three beautiful women. As your future son-in-law.
And I just love you, son. Go right ahead.
Yes.
I would love to know your opinion because the fact that streaming services have overlapped in theater, do you see that coming back, dealing with the films, dealing with the product and the work that people are putting out? Do you think like in theater big screens will be get left behind and it will be all streaming as far as when it comes to television?
Well, I don't know if it will be because we like glamour. Hollywood brings that to us. It's that reachable thing that we all want to go to. So I'm thinking that even though we have this, what I call local personal feeling and what we're doing right now with film, taking care of our people, taking care of our own entertainment. But I think we all strive to have that glamour moment and have that time when we can reach out and touch celebrities. So
and
red carpets and things. So I believe it will come back. It may not come back exactly the same way, but I think we are creative enough and we love I love the sparkle, and we love to showcase who we are.
Let's see. Before I allow Portia Monique to answer a question, I just wanted your beautiful daughters to go ahead and introduce themselves and talk about their role and why they decided to join the family business, the dynasty.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm Ivy. I am the creative director of the festival. I handle all the look and feel. I've been brought into it because my mom asked me to, and I stay because my mom makes me.
That's my answer too.
When your mama tells you to do something.
Well, they have skills.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and they're at the top of their game. So why not? Why go out and look for someone else? Tell them what you do, Ivy.
Well, like I said, I have a background in graphic design. I worked for the state of Tennessee and promoting the state of Tennessee to the business community, global business community. So I brought those skill sets to the festival with you know, and sort of shaping the creative direction of the festival.
I see.
Love it. Mm-hmm.
And my name is Ingrid Brown, and I'm the oldest of the two of us. We're only a year apart. But yeah, I am the Chief Operations Officer for the festival. So I touch a little bit of everything. You know, I work with Mom on programming and bringing in talent and really helping to strategize the direction of the festival. But I do everything with working with the marketing, PR, volunteers, just the logistics of the festival to make sure I connect everybody, even in making sure the film selection processes are, film selection processes are going as they need to. So I touch a little bit of everything and make sure everybody connects and has what they need. And so my sister, she's the whip cracker, so she cracks the whip on me, and then she cracks the whip on both of us. And so it's truly a family affair. But yeah, my mother is truly a visionary. She'll wake you up at 3:00 in the morning, give you a call and say, I have an idea. And so it's like, okay, can we wait till the morning, please?
Yeah, I know that's right.
So I have been in IT. I've been in tech. I just launched my own tech company. So I've been in tech for like 15, 16 years. So I bring that skill set to the festival as well. So we just, use all the things that my mom and my dad paid for us to go to school for, and we put it to work.
I see. Yeah, wow, your whole family got skills, Miss Joyner. What's going on?
Piece of it. Absolutely. So let me ask you guys this. So we're still in the middle of a global pandemic. Everything seems to be going virtual. Like you said, you want to, we like glamour and we like that going out, getting dressed up feel of a
pomp and circumstance.
Yes, the pomp and circumstance of it all. But for what has been the biggest challenge during this COVID time, aside from the movie selection, to bring all of this together in a virtual world?
Well, I was just talking about this with someone yesterday. In spite of our willingness and desire to move on, people are tired, right? Getting up and moving around every day. It's still a challenging situation because of all of the shutdowns and, the physical and emotional toll that the pandemic takes on you. I mean, we may get up and get glamour and get on all of our Zoom calls, but realistically, behind the scenes, this whole pandemic wears you out,
Oh my God, yes.
It really, really does. And I mean, you may be thinking about your finances, you may be thinking about the kids being out of school and all of the things that come with touching something, temperature checks, putting on gloves, masks, and then and then the political climate. It's just, it's a lot. So, trying to still remain creative and inspired in the midst of all of that is, it's a challenge. And if we're honest about it,
right?
If we're really honest about it, it's not business as usual.
No, it's not. Romeo, did you have another question for the panelists? I know you do.
Well, yes, I do. For our family, King James, can you please let our family speak?
Their new son-in-law.
1, 2, or 3. We're all available.
Oh, whoa!
Yes.
So I'm gonna ask y'all something, and it's gonna shake some stuff up, but I'm gonna see if I can word it correctly. Being the fact that you guys deal with these films, and I'm directing this towards Black films. Do you think that directors and producers, do you think people should still be producing Black targeted films? And I'm asking because since the world is changing, right? I've noticed that some people are trying to become more inclusive. Some people are trying to become more universal in how they tell a story. I can honestly tell you guys, I don't want to see another slave movie. I don't want to see another Black Man in the Hood movie. I don't want to see another Black gangster movie. Like me personally, I'm over it. So my question is, with the way the climate is, should Black stories still be being told, or should it have a more universal appeal?
So let me just say something.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a little preface here. So my mother is a historian and an activist. So I'm just going to prep you before she opens her mouth.
Panther Cub. That's the Panther. He needs to be prepped to be a Panther Cub. Go ahead, y'all.
I want to give y'all a little warning.
Yeah, because let's help him out. I think what Romeo is trying to say is he wants us to continue to diversify.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he meant to say that Black movies about history or about gangster life is all that we do. That is not Black movie making, Romeo. And I don't think that's not what he was trying to say. So
I understand the question.
Okay.
So one, I'm an educator. So, I've heard this and I've
got to take you to school, Romeo.
I like to be sensitive to where people are. So, and I hear you. And it is unfortunate the way we have been depicted on film before. You have not had the accuracy that of who we are in terms of our image, in terms of hearing our own voice. We have not heard our own voice in the stories. It's been someone else's interpretation by and large. So it takes time for things to evolve. So we are evolving now, first getting into this business, although we've been in it since the early 1900s. But remember where we were politically and socially and economically in the world. So being coming through those kinds of filters, you're still going to see some stories. And just think now, we have 400 years in this country. We still don't know all of the things that happened to us. It has not been placed. So what we are trying to do is to help us to be better storytellers. Mm-hmm. Okay, so most of the stories that you've seen has been through someone else's eyes and voice. So therefore, it behooves us, and it behooves us as filmmakers and proponents of this industry to make sure that we are telling the story the way it should be told in our own voices. So I think you're going to see more. Let's be patient. For the first time, we may be more vocal, and you have more influence than you've ever had. All we have been is butts in the seat. Bought a ticket. So now we have the pen in our hand, to a point to where people are listening to what we say. They're paying attention. No longer will we be in the back of the spook sitting beside the door. And we're doing
and that's right. And that's a term that I've used many times, spook by the door, you know what I'm saying, that token. And
Yeah.
so, and not only are we picking up the pen, we're becoming the directors and the producers and getting awarded and recognized for it, like Regina King and the rest of the crew.
There you go.
You know, and Denzel Washington stepping behind the scene. You know what I'm saying? These
Yes.
people are taking on another role in Hollywood, and I'm very, very pleased to see that. And they're making very quality films. But so what I wanted to know is that what does this mean moving forward? Now that we've kind of like recognized our power, recognized our skill set, recognized that we can get films done on our own, by us, for us. What does that mean for us moving forward in 2020, especially, you know, getting out of 2020? You know, we got to get out of 2020. But after that.
We get right. Well, you know, it means that we're going to have to be ever vigilant, and that we're going to have to make sure that we're checking all of the details, that we're writing the direction. And when things are not going the way that we would like for them to go, we can change the direction of that, you know, by becoming aware, becoming more informed of what's going on and who's out there. You know, we see right now, there is a plethora of talent that has not been touched, you know? And so as long as we have people like you, and if I have someone like Romeo, you know, Miss Smith, I am sick and tired of seeing those movies like that. But then that inspires someone else to look at things from a different perspective and to search for that perspective that's positive or that gives you the full truth. There's so many things going on. There's a group we're working with right here that are young students as early as 9 years old. They are diving for looking for slave ships that were wrecked during the slavery time.
Slave trade.
And slave trade.
And we'll be, okay. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Send my baby down there for that program.
Yeah. But make sure you don't send an invitation to Romeo. He don't want to see films like that.
Oh no, but he would love this, because then listen to what this has done. So we show this to students here, and Ken Stewart, who runs this program, he said, how did you write underwater? Because it brings about a new discovery, a new place where we can be, you know, rather than just thrown off the ship. You know what I'm saying? So it's bringing about new interests. We are getting a workforce ready. We are getting an exploration ready. So
that's what I'm talking about.
More than a film festival.
But you know what? I also want to speak to the economics of it, right? Because you asked about what's going to be different going forward in light of us telling our stories post 2020, at the end of 2020. I think people have been inspired during this time. They've been more creative, but look at the numbers of what our projects are doing, right? So, and we're commanding an audience at this point, right? People want our content. Look at all of the films that have done astronomically well. You know, you got Straight Outta Compton, and then Black Panther, and I think Antoine Fuqua's movie did over 100 million.
Are you talking about Equalizer?
Equalizer, yeah, Equalizer 2. I mean,
that's a gangster film, but Romeo, close your ears.
Yeah, and so all of these,
but we live in that world too.
And also all of these movies are commanding mainstream numbers, right? And they are performing overseas, which they say that our work would not translate internationally. So I think the future is bright for content creators. Now, one of the things I will say to Romeo as well is that our film festival, while it's Black, we have Black in our name and we focus on Black content, the festival is open to everyone. And it's a multicultural festival. All people from all races and ethnicities participate in the festival.
See, Terry, my Brown family understands what I was saying. And what I was saying, which Mom caught on to, is the fact that you can't give the new world, like she said, a Black Panther, a Marshall, a Chadwick Boseman, and then turn around and say, hey, now we finna do Black kids killing people. No, like it doesn't sit well, because the movement that we're pushing right now with the millennials that are speaking out with the protesting and the voting. You know, they want a powerful message. They want a.
We have a question.
You know
We
what?
have a question.
You're not invited to the wedding. You're not invited. That's the
Oh, you got thrown out already.
God tripping.
I get what Romeo is saying. Did you want to say something?
No, I was just saying
okay, yeah. I get what Romeo's saying though, because I think in doing a film festival and even expressing yourself through content, you've got to be aware of your demographics, right? You got to be aware of the people that are pushing the movement right now. So when all the protests were going on, everyone was saying, well, it's the young people's time, you know, they need to be educated and receive information from those that came before them, but it's their time. So you can't disregard the message and the energy and the importance to the people, you know, to the young people, to the millennials and the Gen Zers. They're pushing things right now. They're stepping out.
And that's what's up. And that's what's up.
So where can we find this virtual film festival, and how do we log in, or how do we participate?
Yeah, so the festival happens actually next week, September 30th to October 4th, and it'll be right straight via our website at ibffevents.com, and content will be available 24 hours pretty much, and we're doing some special things to honor people that have gone before us this year. And of course, celebrating 15 years and even honoring some of the people, you know, through that we've lost through brutality as well, and amazing independent films. So, you know, we have a platform, we're going to use it. It's going to be available to the people. And just all you got to do is log on our website and follow us on our social media pages at IBFF Nashville. That's our username, our handle for all of our platforms. So we'll be doing some live things via Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as well. So, you know, we'll be on website, social media. You should be able to find us.
So you said you'll be doing some, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
You were saying that you're doing some live things. Does that include like a red carpet? Like, are we doing a red carpet premiere? Do we get a chance to get dressed up and be virtual and actually attend the festival?
Yeah, y'all saw the Emmys. Y'all saw how Regina King showed out. Regina King slayed it.
In her Breonna Taylor t-shirt. Okay.
We're considering so this year because of some of the struggles of the pandemic for us even affect the location that we're in. So we don't have some of the resources and access that the Emmys have. We may try to we're working on that now to make sure that we can make it happen.
And be safe.
People are very, very, so here we're still kind of, are you guys in Atlanta?
Yeah. Yes. Well, we're in a lot of places.
Oh, you guys are, okay, in several different locations. So yes. I was just with a friend of mine from Atlanta last week, and he was like, Atlanta's on and popping, right? Y'all moving, y'all ain't stop. It's like business as usual. He came back here and he was shocked. He came back here to Nashville. So, you know, when you're in the building and moving around, this, you know, mask and still some very restricted movement and requirements here. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see how we can work around those things to still give us a little bit of glitz and glam and dress up a little bit and put on our makeup.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, thank you to the Queens of Tennessee. I know I see y'all got the state on lock. And on behalf of Romeo Surf International, who was trying to be a part of the family, and Portia Monique, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and to still, you know, drop some information like that. Romeo, did you want to say goodbye right quick? You know what I'm saying?
I will be coming home next weekend, Mom, so I'll be there. I'm ready to help get the information out to all of us for the family.
Right. The family and for the family. And you know, we'd love to have you all to come and be our special guest next year.
All right.
Well, hey.
right here. We got a beautiful studio, so you can come here.
All right.
Okay, I sure will, and I'll bring my wedding gift. You know what I'm saying as well.
Thank you, brother.
So thank you thank you, Ms. Hazel Joyner, and your beautiful daughters. Thank you, and it's just a reminder: the International Black Film Festival, September 30th through October 4th in Nashville, Tennessee, but it's virtual and it's on and popping beginning next weekend. So thank you very much for coming on. And you guys take care.
Congratulations. We'll be tuning in. Thanks, guys.
All right, take care. Romeo, you don't play in terms of shooting your shot, do you?
Hey, what did we say 2 weeks ago, King J? Hey, 2020 just pulling out all the stops. You might as well just shoot. Don't shoot.
Yeah, I see. Hey, it's what's up. But I'm glad that they provided that, and just another creative platform and outlet for us, for African American and Black people around the world in the diaspora, to be able to showcase the artistic skills that have been denied for so long, that we're starting to develop our own. And it kind of boomerang back in their face. Tyler Perry said for years, Hollywood kept ignoring me. Well, they can't ignore him no more. They can't ignore him no more.
They can't. And you know what he did? He actually gave a very inspiring and heartfelt acceptance speech for his Emmy win. Like, I really did think that he was kind of like over the whole thing, but he was gracious, he was appreciative, and he was grateful when he accepted his Emmy speech. I mean,
it was the governor. Award. Yeah, it was the special governor's award.
It was the governor's award, and kudos to him. So sometimes you think stuff like that doesn't matter, but then he'll show up, and he gave his heartfelt acceptance speech, which just moved me almost to tears. And he was talking about his grandma's quilt, and then he was talking about he equated that to us having a quilt of our own and what that means throughout our lives, and not just taking things for granted and really cherishing and placing value on things. But go ahead, Romeo.
No, I was saying I appreciate the comment that King James made. I think the point I was trying to get across, Portia, was the fact that it breaks my heart when you see Black people moving forward, and then somebody creates another slave movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Romeo, it's not just another slave movie.
Right. That's, I think,
to remember where we came from, because we shouldn't forget. Like, and all too often we are quick to forget that that's where the hell we came from. Like, it wasn't that long ago when we couldn't do a lot of things. We couldn't sit at the same counter as people. We couldn't vote. We couldn't we couldn't work. We couldn't
walk down the street.
We couldn't walk.
I'm not saying the knowledge part, King James. What I'm saying is that, okay, I'll put it in this aspect. A group of people sit around a table and they decide, hey, we're gonna make another slave movie about this, that, and the third. But the way that it's created, you're creating it during a time where Black people are coming out of Black Panther, or they're coming out of the Denzel Washington movie. They're coming out of a movement that is all positive. And sometimes I feel like those films pull us back to.
There are so many aspects of our history that we do not know about. There are so many untold stories that we have yet to tell, and that people have yet to hear. Like, it's very, very important, all of it. Like, we can't just sit back and say, I don't want to see another slave movie, because that shit happened. Like, all of that happened. Like, we have to be reminded, and we have to know our history. We have to know where we come from. And that's how we learn to grow an appreciation for where we're going, for the next generation, for being accountable and productive in what it is that we need to do. Like, holding people accountable to vote. Like, this was a luxury back in the day. We didn't have that. Like, so if you sitting on your ass and saying, I'm 28 and I've never voted, or I'm this big ass celebrity and I guess it's time for me to vote now, like, that's wrong. It is. You got a platform, and you're not using it responsibly. Go ahead, Jerry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I just think that it's very important for us to be able to showcase the totality of our experiences in our culture and our arts. And I think that limiting us, we're the only culture that's asked to forget. Now, Akon, he said that we need to forget, but Akon was never enslaved. his ancestors were never enslaved, physically. So it's easy for him to live in an all-black country where all black people run it, and he's never been subjected to the type of oppression here in America to say, well, y'all need to forget. But nobody's telling Jews to forget the Holocaust. As a matter of fact, they keep making Holocaust-related movies almost every year, all the time. Nobody's asking them to forget. But they also have other movies that showcase their culture. So what I want is the totality of it. Like when Miss Hazel Joyner was talking about making a film about finding the slave ships that are in the bottom of the ocean, I'm down with that program. Listen. What I think you're trying to say, bro, I understand I think you're trying to say is that you don't want the same old thing. However, it's just as much as I want to see Denzel Washington in Fences, I do want to see Denzel Washington in Training Day. I want to see both. So I want to see a little bit of gangster, but also want to see Fences.
Very well put, King James. What's your name? It's like Terry.
Don't worry about it right now. Let's just go to my report.
Oh, okay.
And so if we could go to my report right now, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And so as I was saying earlier at the top of the show, the police chief in the city of Louisville has already declared a state of emergency that's supposed to last until at least Friday morning, because the Breonna Taylor decision in regards to whether to indict or to exonerate the police officer is looming very closely. So it looks like they might have a decision this week, which kind of makes me and a lot of other people a little nervous because of the fact that there's so much going on. I mean, the election is around the corner, the census is going on. People are not voting, or, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of movements going on. It's evolving, it's fluid. So there's a lot going on and people on edge. So this might take it to another level depending on the decision, but they've already boarded up the government buildings. And so, with all the pressure from the celebrities pushing for an indictment, and then the people behind Mr. Daniel Cameron, the Kentucky Attorney General, who's responsible for the investigation, in the other direction, there's a lot riding on this decision right now. And so I didn't know if you guys had any thoughts about the Breonna decision looming, and it could come this week.
That's dangerous. I think it's. I saw social media trending, King James, and the way that Twitter was reacting, it sounded violent, right? Because people were like, if this doesn't go the way that it's supposed to go, I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of trepidation, and that's the reason why the police chief enacted a state of an emergency, canceled all leave and all vacations, and that all federal buildings in downtown Louisville have already been boarded up. That's an ominous sign. That's like
they already know. It begs the question: what are y'all preparing for?
Right.
What are y'all really preparing for? Because if you already know what's about to come down the pipe, then say that.
Yeah.
And it also begs the question of how the evidence was presented. Like, you know what I'm saying? Did they really try to say that they identified themselves before they busted down the door? And that, you know what I'm saying? It just, how the evidence is presented, it calls into question of how things were presented to the grand jury who has convened in Louisville. So yes, you're right. There's a great deal of trepidation, and I understand why. And I'm imploring, I'm admonishing people to keep level heads, to really think about what you're doing before you do it. Anyway, on to the next. No, go ahead, Romy.
I was gonna say, I don't want to put this type of energy out there, Portia, but King James, I personally feel if it go that way, they don't light that city up. They don't like it.
And I think that's probably what they're it's almost as if they already know. That's why they're like, listen, we need to make sure that we're increasing the police presence. We need to make sure we're boarding up these buildings, because it's almost as if they already know. So y'all should just say that right now.
Say that now.
Yeah, and when you add to that, they're criminalizing activism in America, city by city, by slapping people with felony charges for simple misdemeanors, or just not just walking down the street and chanting. So, and then they're weaponizing the law against us so that just like in the state of California, there was a woman who organized a rally, a Black Movements rally, and somebody wilded out, but she didn't have anything to do with it, the organizer, but they charged her with 15 felonies and they would not allow her to get out of prison, out of jail.
Yeah.
So they are criminalizing activism in America, and they're weaponizing the law by giving you maximum beyond maximum. They're turning misdemeanors into felonies, or they're manufacturing rules and laws to keep you in prison.
They're making them up as they go, right?
They are making them up as they go, just like the U.S. Attorney General has, basically, titled the city of New York as anarchy. He titles anarchy, and what can you do with that? That means that you could be denied federal funds that you need to, guess what? Fund the police. So it's just, there is a movement on the other side that is basically trying to stifle and neutralize the First Amendment, our First Amendment rights. But anyway, and yes, Portia Williams, Tamika Mallory, and Yandy Smith, and many, many others, have been arrested and were charged with felonies. I don't believe that those charges stuck, but they're basically trying to make examples out of Portia, who's highly visible, and Tamika Mallory, who's also is even more highly visible, that this is what's going to happen to you if you want to get involved. That's basically what they're telling.
Right. And as a matter of fact, they will all be at RIDE to discuss the Breonna Taylor protest where they were arrested. But they'll be there at RIDE on, I believe it's Friday.
People just need to tune in anyway. Go on to rollingout.com and
RIDE.rollingout.com.
Right, to get more information. But yes, I'm glad that they're going to speak about that and what's going to happen. But we might have the decision before that even jumps off. So the state is. I'm just imploring caution, imploring cool heads. Yeah. So, but anyway, I understand what you're saying.
Do the right thing. They just need to do the right thing. Like whatever happened to that Spike Lee song? Do the right thing.
No. That's wrong. That's wrong. That was a do the right. That was a movie. And that was not Spike Lee's song. That was another rapper.
Where the song was on the soundtrack. There you go.
No, it was not on the soundtrack. That was Fight the Power. That was Fight the Power. Okay, Let's get it right. Do
the right thing. Y'all know what song I'm talking about. Do the right
thing. Okay, but that was not.
I know King James is wrong, but I gotta give King James a point. He said it early in the show. He said it last time he was on. People are at a tipping point. And boy, if y'all go the wrong way, y'all finna tip that whole bottle of water over.
No, and I can empathize. I empathize with the people who are on edge, because just like comedian Guy Torrey said on Health IQ a couple of weeks ago, he said for the first 4 or 5 months he was all right. After that, man, he started to go crazy. After that, the walls started closing in. After that, he tired of being quarantined. He tired of being stuck. He tired of not performing. He tired of not making money. So I empathize with that, because after about 4 or 5 months, I started to get a little, edgy, a little moody. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, I want this to be over.
Everybody Think about in the house was on your nerves. Like, sit down, shut up, go on in the home, close the door, I don't care.
Right. You breathing too much,
Why the hell is the toothpaste top not on the toothpaste? Damn it.
Right.
Bring my toothpaste back to my room. I'm just saying.
Right. So I understand. So I'm just asking people, I'm imploring you, please pray before pray that we're starting now. Be in prayer. I bless the city of Louisville with love, and I bless everyone involved with this decision, including the people who are deliberating the grand jury. I bless you with love. And like Portia Monique said, wrong movie, but she had the right point. Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. They said Brent Reborn said, I think that was Teddy Riley would do the right thing. I think he's right. Is that the name of the song?
Romeo, why are you rolling your eyes?
That's not Teddy.
What?
Do the
No,
right
that's not Teddy. You know what? Can our producer find the author of that song so we know who the rapper was? Because I remember that song. And
I'm feeling Big Daddy Kane in there. Was that Big Daddy Kane?
No, it was not. Okay, let's move to the next slide, because she can't get this right. She needs some remedial She needs some remedial hip hop tutelage right now. So let's move on to the next.
We weren't able to really listen to hip hop when I was coming up. We were.
I know, because you're from Detroit, but on to the next one.
And my mama was like, "Yeah, no, we on gospel music. Just drop a gospel song. I can tell you what it was."
Oh, okay. On to the next slide. Miss our dynamic producer, whose name Michelle remains secret.
Yeah.
Redhead Kingpin and the FBI. Was that the name of the song? Y'all about to have me Google. Go
yes,
ahead.
Redhead. That's him. That was him, Redhead.
Never heard of him before.
I know, but he's the one that did that song. So you should have heard of him. How did you hear the song and not know it was him?
Because I thought it was Spike Lee movie. I thought it was the soundtrack to The Right Thing.
No, I remember. Yeah, I remember that. That was definitely a dynamic hit. And so shout out to Redhead Kingpin and the FBI. Interesting name, FBI, but that's okay. We got you. We got you, brother. We got you. So let's move on to my next slide in the segment here. Okay, Michael Jordan, he's a transcendent athlete, as we all know. He's the greatest basketball player that ever lived. And now he is transcending into NASCAR. He is sticking his nose into NASCAR. And he's got the highest profile person in NASCAR to be his driver, Bubba Wallace. And so he's teaming up with another man in basically forming a one-car NASCAR race team unit to compete in NASCAR. And I think that's great. I think that's great news. And you know what I'm saying? I just think that it needed more diversity and it needed Black ownership. Michael Jordan said that he, because he's a lover of a lot of sports. As you know, his first love was baseball. And he said that his father took his brothers and sisters to many NASCAR races in North Carolina when he was a kid. And so he's always loved it. And so this is a great news for NASCAR and motorsports. What do y'all think?
Go ahead.
No, Michael Jordan got that money.
Well, I think, yes. So I think ownership is key. Ownership. Let's change the rules of the game. Let's write our own rules to the game. Let's own some shit. And, let's do it big. Ownership. I'm following in his footsteps. That's all.
Yeah. Just like we were talking about in the last segment with Miss Hazel Joyner, who's the owner and the founder of the International Black Film Festival, talking about creating our own reality.
I'm gonna get another necklace made that say ownership, y'all. Do y'all want to see that? Another necklace that say ownership?
Well, does it have to be around your neck?
I guess that could be misconstrued as something different. Okay, maybe not.
Okay. It was an innocent question. I was just like,
risk. But I mean, the message still stands. Like, we really do have to be on ownership nowadays. Like creating our own.
I need to make. Can we get some wristbands? Can I get wristbands?
What you wanted to say?
The ownership, the
ownership. That's what I'm talking about. We need to be on ownership.
Or a hat, you know what I'm saying? Or t-shirt.
Ownership. Hold on, let me write these down, y'all, because after ride, it's on. if I owe y'all order, I'm sorry. Ride is taking up my time. We're gonna get it together. Okay.
No, that's what's up.
We talking about ownership, Muscle Steve. Tell us what you know about ownership. We was just
Portia, Monique.
We were just talking about Michael Jordan creating his own NASCAR team with Bubba Wallace.
Yes. You finally got that name right. You got that right. You didn't do the right thing right, but you got that right.
Well, NASCAR is all white sport, so I'm curious to how he's going to tread on this. From basketball to baseball to he still owns a baseball team, correct?
No, basketball. Wait a minute. Did you say baseball team? Basketball team.
Michael Jordan, he still owns a baseball team, correct?
No, basketball team. He owns a basketball team.
Right. And somebody owns a baseball team. Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. Yes. Okay. The wrong MJ.
So
I said Bubba was fine, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
What happened to Terry's library?
So,
you know what, Munch, I might have to figure it out. There must be some type of interference in my other room, so I had to go somewhere where I got uninterrupted.
Do you have Comcast?
Huh?
Do you have Comcast?
Well, I exercise my Fifth Amendment privileges, and so I refuse to say who I got on air. But
What he got? We all know who he got. He got that blue, the blue globe.
okay, so can we go to my next segment? Can we go to my next segment, please? Thank you. All right. Our beautiful and wonderful and talented producer, thank you very much. We got a new addition to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And as you can see, she's rather photogenic.
Baby, she's gorgeous.
Yes, she is. Her name is Phelan. And I might mispronounce
it. Terry, why had to do a segment and get a name wrong?
No, her name is Phelan Gualbadia, and she is a socialite. She's married to a wealthy aristocrat from Africa, and she's about to join the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's already, and she is already friends with Portia, which means that the lines have been drawn, the teams have been set, and it's going to be war on season 13. We all know that Nene Leakes, the original OG, the person who started back in 2008, she has finally quit. And guess what? Garcelle Bouvet of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills asked Nene to go to Beverly Hills show. Now, I don't see how that could work in Beverly Hills.
I think she's not Beverly Hills. Somebody said she is not Beverly. I said Facebook said that. Somebody said she is not Beverly Hills. Go ahead, y'all.
Who said that on Facebook?
Somebody on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook said she was not Beverly Hills.
Why y'all hating? You know, she was around the corner from Beverly Hills when she was starring in those movies. And I'm sorry, in those television shows. So she was right down the street from Beverly Hills. It's just a walk up the street from where she starred in those shows. So I don't know, Romeo. I think they hating on Nene.
Shout out to Faye. She's real cool people. She's real dope. And I'm going to reach out to her. She's real good people. So I'm excited to see what she does on this. Salute to you, Faye.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
Why your voice get low?
Like, right. I mean, you trying to get that. Yeah, no, he trying to get that Barry White. He trying to shoot his shot from a long way off.
Like, what is that?
I didn't get that either because I asked about Nene Leakes. I asked about Nene in Beverly Hills. But anyway,
you know what? I think Portia Monique needs to be switched over to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Nah, y'all. I think I might. Nah.
He'll take Nene Leakes' spot. Put Portia Monique on there.
Well, maybe they need to do Real Housewives of Detroit.
Well, you know, nobody goes to Detroit, Munson, so that might.
Oh, shots!
I'm from San Francisco and Detroit. I claim them both, so he don't know. He ain't never been.
I haven't been. San Francisco. No, I haven't been to Detroit. I've been to San Francisco.
Wait, you got those two cities confused. You know what? Let's move to the next slide. I can't do. I can't. Let's go on to my last slide, please. Oh my goodness. He said, I've been to Detroit. No, San Francisco. Wow. Anyway, this is the infamous or famous sports reporter who was basically fired by Fox, ESPN, and then Fox Sports. And he said some inflammatory stuff about a current ESPN reporter that's considered sexist by many. He said about, where is it right here? Okay. So he said, beauty, most especially in television, has a privilege that trumps virtually all other privileges. Beauty intoxicates TV executives, bloggers, and journalists. It masks a lack of accomplishment, qualifications, and skill. Beauty transformed Katie Nolan from a bartender to a 7-figure personality, Emmy Award winner, and the darling of aroused bloggers and TV critics, willing to ignore her pedestrian humor and inability to execute live television. Now, of course, Katie Nolan didn't sit back and just take it. She basically came back and blasted him, and then she went private. But a lot of people didn't understand why Jason Whitlock, who was famously conservative, famously right-wing, would go after this ESPN reporter singularly. Like, what does he have against her? And a lot of people think that that's jealousy. Does anybody have any thoughts about Mr. Jason Whitlock?
What's her name again? What was the name? What's the name of the woman that he went after?
Katie Nolan of ESPN. She used to be a bartender, and she went from being a bartender now making seven figures on ESPN with her own nighttime show.
Martin, what you have to say? I'm curious.
Oh, I don't have anything to say about privilege. I mean, there's no surprise there. I mean, you know, between her getting 7 figures and Karen calling the police on a black bird watcher. I mean, come on, what's new?
And so I think he went about it the wrong way, but he was just to go after her. Yes, Katie Nolan is white.
You're not supposed to go against the cast, that's for sure.
Right.
Oh, so he feeling
You
some
cannot
type of
be
way.
critical. You cannot be critical of her.
Right.
Yeah, she's a stunning, beautiful woman, and so I think that he's feeling some kind of way because he feel like, he's got his master's degree, he's got all these industry awards, and he can't get his own show, and she has the show, and he feel like she has no qualifications and no expertise, and she has a show, so he's feeling some kind of way about it.
But he's not feeling ways. He's articulating facts as it relates to how are we actually being evaluated. I mean, it's not, if I got a master's degree and the other person doesn't, not to put down a bartender at all. It's just that there are 2 different systems for achieving the same zenith. And maybe it's his ratings. At the end of the day, he's like, my ratings are better, but she still gets paid more and I'm black.
Yeah.
And we're in a moment where people are going to say what they've been thinking as they watch people go in front of them or make more money or be treated differently. So, there should be no surprise.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I'm glad that somebody's phone stopped ringing, Portia. But anyway,
that was my house phone.
Oh, okay. You got that old phone, that old fashioned phone.
Rotary. It's called a rotary phone. It's called a rotary phone. And Terry knows exactly what that is because he got several of them in his home. Rotary telephones. Go ahead with the Black History Spotlight. Who made the rotary telephone, Terry?
Hey, man.
Well, today's Black History Spotlight, thank you. I didn't know I was going to present this today, but I'll happily do it since I am a historical aficionado. Mr. Oscar Devereaux Michaud was an African-American author, film director, and independent producer of more than 44 films. Although the short-lived Lincoln Motion Picture Company was the first movie company owned and controlled by Black filmmakers, Michaud is regarded as the first major African-American feature filmmaker, a prominent producer of race film, and has been described as the most successful African-American filmmaker of the first half of the 20th century. He produced both silent and sound films. And thank you very much, actually, for that, producers, because a lot of times we don't understand the root. We don't know the root is connected to the tree. We're not even familiar with the tree. So that was good to connect us back to our past and let people know that we didn't just start in the 90s or even in the new millennial producing and directing our own films. It has a long history to it. So thank you for that, our producer, who shall remain nameless. And that concludes my report today.
Oscar Devereaux Michaud.
Yes, Oscar Devereaux Michaud. So yes, thank you for that portion. Producer. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't even say her name.
I didn't do that. Must have did that. I promise you, I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
I can't even give compliments anymore. I can't even give compliments.
We can't hear you, Mustard.
I did not do that. Don't put that on me. And right here. So nope.
Wow.
They're having fun over there, T.
Yeah. I just don't understand the problem with giving somebody a compliment when they do a good job. That just baffles me. I didn't even say her name.
On Facebook. Hey, everybody on Facebook right now, hashtag RideCon2020 and say, hey, Portia, to receive your free ticket pass to one of the panels of your right now, hashtag RideCon2020 and go purchase your tickets right now. Go to ride.com. Ride.
You blowing kisses at people, Marcel?
Why would I do that?
You.
I just trimmed my beard. I'm actually getting a little hair off my lip.
Oh. It's a little different on camera.
I need y'all to ride to y'all internet and surf the web and ride to ride.rollingout.com. That's where I need y'all.
That's it.
That's it. My man ain't blowing no kisses. Matter of fact, if he is blowing kisses, he's blowing kisses to thank you for purchasing your ticket to ride.rollingout.com. Come on.
Help her, Romeo, because I don't know where she's at in her head. But at any rate,
the sun came in on. I'll tell you.
I saw it.
This is how Portia get dangerous. Every time Portia's on and the sun come in on her, oh, she changed it to Portia Monique. She go from Portia to Portia Monique when the sun hit.
I think she bought
So
that
you're saying
sun
that she has a
light. You're
saying that she has a narcissistic vibe about her?
They got that ring light, then they got the ring light that plays like it's sunlight.
She's trying to be like somebody else on the show.
Well, Ashley is on it today, man. Thank you. And turning up and having fun with us this morning. Jamal Robinson, we're gonna send you a hug, man. I don't know what's going on.
He was going in on Facebook, wasn't he?
What happened?
Jamal was going in.
I mean, everybody petty today. I mean, Portia, you're allowed to copy Cassidy. It's okay. You're allowed to copy Cassidy. If you have aspirations to be as good as Cassidy, it's okay.
Decided to shine down on, and the sun decided to shine down on.
All right, well, stop being petty. But anyway, go ahead with Facebook, Romeo.
She said, and Terry knows he has several. I can't remember where it was from. Brent Reborn. He got that Lime internet. It's that Lime internet. Hey, y'all gonna get out my party around here. We thank y'all though, man. Shout out to everybody. Good morning. Fun Lee is checking in. I don't know what country you from, but we love you too. Bye.
Terry, what is Lime cable?
I don't know, but Vanessa Bryant denies that she kicked her mom out of the house after her mom went on national TV and said that her mom kicked her out of her own home. You know, so Vanessa Bryant says that's a lie. Just an update. Please continue, Romeo.
Okay, where is the ride video?
We're gonna do the ride video, but I want to tell D Shields I did it, D. I did it. I dismissed him.
Ride 2020, Ride Conference September 25th, 26th. And today, man, on Rolling Out and rollingout.com, Rolling Out social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, whatever you got, we're going to be displaying all the new speakers that's going to be attending this week, all the new talent. So get ready for that as well.
Positive thoughts of the day. We'll start off with Portia Monique. Do not read.
Let me tell y'all something.
Do not read.
I touched on it earlier, and Romeo opened up the show with it. And my motto for life is just work hard on winning. Like, we really do have to work hard on winning. And when you work hard on winning, winning becomes easier to you. And not only does it become easier, it becomes a way of life. So work hard on winning, y'all. No whining, no complaining, no excuses. Let's get it done. Let's figure it out. Let's find out a way. Let's get that thing done. Let's win. You know what I'm saying? Like, no whining.
All we gotta do is win.
What?
Okay,
let's win. We out here winning, y'all. Let's work hard on winning. Words of the day. Work hard.
You are winning as long as you're not trying to dance. But my positive word of the day is.
Did she pass the ball to you, Terry?
Well, I'm taking the ball.
I'm passing the ball to Romeo. I'm passing the ball to Romeo.
Don't get dismissed. I intercepted the ball. Go ahead, Romeo.
I'm going to take my positive note is I'm gonna take some knowledge today. Just because the future doesn't seem bright, it doesn't mean that the past is not lighting the way for it to become brighter. Learn from what I learned today from the movie standpoint. Learn your history so that your future can be brighter. I'm going to pass it to King James.
Passing me the ball, but I wanted to just inform the public, to remind the public that Thanksgiving is the multiplication of blessings. Be thankful, and you will reap more of what you're thinking. I think a lot of times we're always talking about what we don't have, what things are so hard, what things that we're striving to get that we haven't accomplished yet. Why don't you just take time out to give thanks to your Creator? Thanksgiving is the multiplication of blessings. And I pass the ball to Munson Steve.
Hey, thanks, Terry, catching that ball.
Well, you actually catch it like this, but
depends on what the ball is, Terry. I know, For those of us who are working out,
I've never seen nobody catch the ball like this,
I know, because you superstars catch it one-handed in the end zone.
Right. Like,
two defenders, or on the sideline, or for the three-pointer. But it's okay, T. We get it. We get it. I like that haircut.
Wait, that's funny to you, Romeo? I mean, I don't understand.
Anyhow, one of the most powerful 2 days are getting ready to take place at ride.rollingout.com. Really excited. The crew, the Black intellectuals that'll be there, the Black media moguls, the Black female moguls. If you're talking about Honey Pot, you want to know how she did it, learn how she did it. She's there serving, loving. Bow tie, you got it with Ty, and all her new line is getting ready to happen. Got a beauty bar for those who want to learn about that. Obviously, we've got all those who want to know about politics. We've got Donna Brazile. We've got the wonderful Cora Berry holding court. There's nothing new under the sun with Donna Brazile and the four ladies. You name it. It is getting ready to happen at RideCon. So we want to encourage you all to join us there and have a good time. Positive thought of the day: live in your truth, but live in your greatness. Like, there is a great moment waiting for you. So just step into the light and it will be yours. It is that time, is that place. This is Rolling Out AM, the wake up call with Portia, Monique, Romeo internationally coming to you today. He's headed to the beach. And of course, Terry, First King James, Shropshire, the amazing intellectual who enjoys life and says peace, soul, and chicken grease, and barbecue, and beef, and tuna salad, and pig ears, and all those things that make you go every day. This is Rolling Out AM coming your way. Peace, soul, and happiness to everybody. We love you. And you do not have to be in the streets, but you must join this struggle. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Work hard on winning.